Hi there, it's Jocelyn, A Balanced Life. I'm looking a little wild and woolly this morning out on our hike. I've stopped, I hope you can hear me properly. There's a really stiff breeze blowing today up on the hills, and I've stopped in what I hope is a sheltered position just so we can have a bit of a chat. Oh, it's gorgeous out here today. I wasn't going to come out for a walk. I was going to stick with doing a cross trainer workout in my office, but the call of the fresh air and just blasting everything out of my head from the last couple of days of working, and I'm so glad I made it up here. That's nourishment. That's nourishment in the form of nourishing my body and my mind and my spirit. So that's pretty much what a balanced life is all about. I wanted to chat to you a little bit further today about nourishment in the form of nutrition. Excuse me, it's freezing cold when I have a running nose. It's that cold. So bear with. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about nutrition. So in the process of changing really how I approach life and how I live over the past few years, I have been healing from a lifetime of nervous system overload, from burnout and constant injuries and illnesses. And in the process of doing that, I have gradually shifted my diet from one of focusing really on that whole macronutrients and the trends of cutting out various different things like carbohydrates and eating more protein, or the paleo thing, or any of those trends that are out there. I've tried them, and I really wanted to focus on nourishing my body optimally, basically giving myself every opportunity to be able to heal and to thrive and to feel energetic, to be out here again and hiking and doing all the things that I like to do and fit into my days. So my focus has slowly shifted to micronutrients and basically eating more and more of the foods that have got those really great micronutrients, which are all of the things that are the cellular rebuilding bricks, if you like, to our system. And that is anything and everything that is in fresh vegetables, fruits, and then I've added in good quality seeds and nuts, small amounts thereof, to get essential fats, particularly walnuts. Also Brazil nuts, because Brazil nuts have got selenium in them, and most places around the world there's not actually enough selenium in our diets, and it's a key ingredient in terms of bodily functions. So a couple of Brazil nuts a day gives you your selenium, for example. So eating a broad cross section of all sorts of different fresh fruits and vegetables has made a monumental difference to the amount of aches and pains that I get. They're pretty non-existent now. Minimizing down the amount of wheat that I eat, particularly refined wheats. I still eat actually mostly spelt and wholemeal spelt. Spelt is an ancient grain. It is not hybridized as much as what modern wheat is, and therefore the gluten that's in it is often not as harsh on people's stomachs as some of the modern wheats are, and the highly refined flours. So I still eat that sort of stuff. And basically I've slowly but surely added in lots more beans, lentils, chickpeas. I use a really great local organic GMO-free soy, tofu, as well as whole soybeans that are also a locally available organic one. And I've slowly dropped down inflammatory foods. And inflammatory foods are things like red meat, sugar, highly refined sugars, wheat is a common one, dairy absolutely, and I've basically moved to a fully whole food plant-based diet, but I don't preach that to anybody. At the end of the day, it's a personal choice where you go. There's all sorts of stuff out there about a whole food plant-based diet and its benefits for you. I also mostly follow kind of the principles of a nutritarian diet, which is Dr. Joel Fuhrman. However, I'm not prescriptive about that either. My focus is feeding my body first, and feeding my body what makes me feel well and energetic. So that's kind of the basis of where I've ended up getting to, and I really recommend just adding in more vegetables and dropping down some of those inflammatory foods if you are having issues with menopause symptoms, for example. Dropping out dairy I found highly effective for improving menopause symptoms. Those are the sorts of things that really it's worth experimenting with, just play around with. The other big factor is adding in lots and lots of fibre, which you get when you're eating plenty of vegetables and you're getting when you eat things like your beans and your lentils, etc. Fibre feeds your gut microbiome, and everything starts and ends in the gut microbiome. It's basically, there's a lot of new science out there about the gut microbiome, and what they're finding with that is phenomenal. It's fascinating. It is the powerhouse. It's a whole separate little body of organisms that are basically fueling your entire body's chemistry, and it's the powerhouse of our bodies. It's the powerhouse of things like our serotonin and dopamine levels. Everything starts in the gut microbiome, and we can feed those little blighters with as much fibre and through fresh fruit and vegetables as possible. And the broader the range, the better the versatility and the breadth of the gut microbiome. So the more we can do to feed it, the better, basically. So that's kind of where I've veered in terms of nutrition. Over the coming weeks and months and years, hopefully, I'll build up a library of some recipes on my website. I've not got that yet, but it will be coming, and I will link it once it's available. I'm also building up a library, hopefully, in my Pinterest page for A Balanced Life. If you follow me there, there's not much there at the moment, but it will build out. And my aim is to share recipes that I'm using from other people with some of the ways that I tweak them, just to give people ideas and things to play with. And for me, food and what we eat should be fun as well as being really nutritious. So it's feeding us at every level, not just on that micronutrient level. So yeah, that's all I wanted to chat with you about today, and I will get back to the wild and woolly weather and my hike in the mud, pretty much, and hope that you have an awesome day.